Alright everyone, so welcome back, and today we'll kind of see that how to install SQL Server, the latest version. So let's go to Google Chrome and let's start to download SQL Server. Okay. So in today's tutorial, we are downloading and installing SQL Server. The latest it's 25, and we will install the SQL Server 2025 Developer Edition because it's free for developers. So I'm going for Enterprise Developer Edition. Let's download it. Alright, so here we have it. Okay, so first you have to choose the custom and you have to specify the location. So I'm installing it in the C drive in the folder SQL 2025. We will also set the directories in the later stage when installing this SQL Server, and we will set the password for the super admin. So let's get started. Install. Alright, so this is a screen where you have to go on the left side, you have to click on installation, and in this installation you have to click on new SQL Server standalone installations. So I'm clicking on this. Okay, so here we have selected the Enterprise Developer Edition. uh, we click on next, accept the license terms and agreement, next. So we check some like updates from the Microsoft. Okay, so we are good to go. Click next. Okay, so first it's going to ask you about Azure extension for SQL Server, but we don't need to install that currently. We are not working on Azure, so I'm not installing Azure. I'm just installing the database engine. So I'm just uncheck it Azure extension and click on next. Okay, now here are the SQL features you have to install. So what I'm installing the database engine service, that is, for the databases you've been using the database engine, the database server. And if you are need to install the jobs for the database to schedule some jobs to automate it, so you can go and click for analysis services. If you want to create the jobs, SQL jobs in the database server, so you have to need the analysis server. So I'm just checking these two, and then I'm clicking on next. Alright, so now it's asking for the instance name. It's default instance this. You can also change the name. So I'm just changing the name to Tech Vibe, Tech Vibes, and the instance ID is also Tech Vibes. So you can use any instance name. You can change it. So let's click on next. Okay, so now it's asking for the services that will be start automatically if you want them to start automatically. So I'll recommend to start them database system engines automatically. So let's keep it to the default options and click on next. Now this is an important step. So what we're going to use, we're going to mixed mode XML authentication with the Windows authentication. So we'll click on mixed mode authentication, and now we have to write the password for the SA user, that is a super admin user's account. So we are creating the password. You can create any password. And then you have to add current users. So the current window users is also be added, so you can use it with the Windows authentications, and you can also use it with the super admin account users. So this is very important subject. The other important step here is uh, you will be moving to data directories, and you have to set the data directories in which you want to create the databases, the database log files and everything. I'm just leaving it to the current C drive where I'm installing it, but you can always, while installing, you can change this directories. And when you go to your production environment and when you are installing this SQL Server, so it's recommended that you change this database directories to another drive, so that that drive will contain all the load of the database files, not the drive in which your Windows is installed or your server is installed. Okay, so you can change it from here. So I'm not changing it, I'm just keeping it with the default. So I'm just clicking on next. Then again, this and this you can also change here. The data directories will show the same. The data directories you can always change the data directory, the raw log file directory, the temp directory, the backup directory. So you can change here for SQL analysis service. So what I'm doing is I'm like clicking on add current user here also, and then I'm clicking next. Alright, so it will display the summary that what features and what things you are installing here. So we are going in and we are click on install. It will take a few minutes and it will install your SQL Server. Alright, so the SQL Server installation has been completed. It's like saying installation successful. So let's close this. Now for the SQL Server, what we need is we need the Server Management Studio to uh, run the SQL Server. So let's again go back to the previous window and click on Install SQL Server Management Tools. Okay, so here's the article you have, and so we want to install it. So let's click on Download SQL Server Management Studio 22 installer. Just click on that. Here it is. Click on it. Just click on Continue. Okay, so SQL Server Management Studio installer has been open, so we can install it, and there are other uh, workloads feature here which we can install it with it if you need, and you need AI assistance, business intelligence for that. But currently, I'm not selecting any of it. I just need the SQL Server Management Studio, so I'm just clicking on the install button here. Just so it will also take like some time, like just 1 or 2 minutes. So installing this SQL Server Management Studio. Alright, so Management Studio has finished installation. So now we have option to launch. So let's click on launch. Here's the SQL Server Management Studio starting. I'm just not signing in. I'm just skip and add accounts later. Alright, so here we go. We'll be selecting the server name here, and let's see. Now we have installed here the deck wipe. So we click on the server, And then, as we have selected, we are not connecting it with Windows authentication as we have created it with the password. So we will going for SQL Server authentication, and the username we have is SA, and the password we have created the password while installation. So just write the password here. I'm just like choosing optional encryption and just connect it. So you can see we have connected with our database server here. So here are the database server is successfully connected. So we have successfully installed the SQL Server. We have successfully installed the SQL Management Studio. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. So do like and subscribe the video. Thank you very much.